Bebecool clears the air on his involvement in Omah Lay and Tems' arrest. After the incidents of Nigerian artist Tems and Omah Lay arrest saga and eventual release, the next rated nominee, Temilade Okweni, popularly known as Tems, took to Twitter to call out Ugandan artist Bebecool, claiming that he got them arrested and still posed as being instrumental to their release. In an interview with Hip TV, Bebecool shares his own side of this occurrence and debunks these claims.
Okay, of course, because of the COVID, we have been stopped from performing for the last 9 months. So I was like, definitely, it's not possible for a concert to happen in Uganda, okay? If Ugandan artists are not performing, how is it possible that there is a foreign artist coming into Uganda to stage a concert? So my concern was, first of all, that. Then my second concern at that moment was how those people got licenses to perform, to organize a concert, because all of us, we've lost finances. This is a year. Usually when I do my concert, I probably earn about $150,000 to $200,000, okay? But we have all been put down completely. So it definitely is my concern as a legendary artist, as a straightforward person. So I put up the post and said, I hope the authorities jump onto this, because the period in which we are, the reliable information that I had gotten, this guy has locked you down for 9 months, but look, he has allowed foreign artists to come and perform in Uganda. So that was reliable information. That was the second one. So I posted that so that authorities can intervene or can hear it out and say, how is it possible? Guess what? After posting, that's when I was called and I was told, you know what? This is not a concert. These guys have applied. The application is saying they're having a branch, okay? They're having a branch and it's 150 people. And after the branch, they'll have a dinner of 150 people in the evening. So those are two private events. So definitely I could understand why they had the license, and that was okay. So that's how later on 2 hours, actually not even 2 hours, 1 hour, I removed the post. And then that was the end of Bebe. The next time I hear anything to do with this whole thing is on Sunday at night. I think, yes, Sunday night. Okay, that's about 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. When one of the big people is calling me and telling me, you know what, Bebe, I got a call from Nigeria. This person is a big person in Nigeria. He wants you to intervene in this situation. If you can make some calls, you have some contacts. The Nigerian artists have been arrested. So I'm like, arrested? Why? So unfortunately, the artist Omar had taken a selfie picture. So that's the picture that alarmed security organizations. Immediately when they got that on Saturday night, I think the police started to organize itself and pursued these people. There was actually a video too that showed the whole situation. So I make calls that whole night, and in the morning I meet the artists. They bring them from wherever they had taken them for that night to the station where I was. So at that moment, the head of that police station says, you know what, I'm going to give the artists bond, okay, but I need their passports, okay? So I have to now leave that place and go talk to the top boss. Ask the top boss to let them leave with their passports, okay? Because I think on that same day, the artists had to leave Uganda. So I had gone to a different office to ask the boss to allow them to leave the police station with their documentation. Little did they tell me that they actually had not handed in their documentation, because they had someone else had their documentation go to the embassy. So as I was waiting for the big man on the other side, I was called and I was told that the artists have been arraigned in court. Okay. Arraigned in court, I ran out. It was, of course, late, and then they were taken to prison. So the next thing is, Bebe has made us arrested. I'm like, huh? I had only come to the police station to release fellow artists, despite the fact that I definitely knew that when you do such a thing in Uganda today, I'll give you a good example. Bobby Wine, the politician, Okay, you might have heard about him. He has been arrested for putting together crowds in Uganda, and there were riots and people died. People are being arrested every now and then for putting up crowds. So definitely the promoter knew that in case she breaks that law, there's going to be issues. Unfortunately, unfortunately, when the promoter was, because for me, I believe it would have been easier and it would have been better for police to arrest only the promoters, because it's difficult to say that the artists were involved in calling many people to enter. You get it? So actually, that's what I used to describe to the DPP. Okay, the DPP is the Director of Public Prosecution, who is the only person in charge of separating the artist's case from the promoter's case. And that's where I came in, and I explained to the DPP. I told the DPP, look here, the artists have a contract to do a branch. The artists are stepping on stage or whatever, but they have no control over the door. You get it? So at least if you can make two different charges, and then we can free the artists. And that's how I managed to maneuver around, get the artists off the charge sheet. That's why you see the artists came out a day before. And then the promoters got their bail. Actually, the artist's case was dropped there and then after my explanation on that issue. Okay? And then the promoter came at the later stage. So that's how Bebe comes into this whole situation.
When asked what his thoughts were if this incident would affect the relationship between the Nigerian music industry and Ugandan music industry, he had this to say.
I mean, Uganda and Nigeria have come from so far when it comes to music, all the way from the Two-Face, the Dibanjis. I mean, this is a very minor thing. You know, it's very difficult to relate this to a whole industry. Otherwise, you yourself, if you've not seen the big artists in Nigeria come out like lions and, hey, you know, Uganda is a bad country, you did this and this, we don't want this, we don't want that. No, I think it is a bit of overblowing. And you know how social media sometimes does things, but even the rate at which it was done, it shouldn't be taken to the level of affecting the relationship between the two industries. I mean, this is a very unfortunate situation. COVID has caused a lot of troubles in the world. People are clashing, families, husbands and wife, but sisters and brothers, people killing each other. So this is one of those things that would have never happened if there was no COVID. So if I put my mind to the whole picture of so many things that have happened in the last 10 months, the main reason is because of COVID. Had it not been there, so we need to look at things on a bigger picture, not just a smaller picture. So for me as Bebe, I say there's no really issue here.